BMS is this one over here. I showed you this before, but let's just quickly go over how to connect everything and how I'm going to connect it. Alright, so as you can see, we have connections. We have P+, P-, BM, B+, and B-. So these two connections over here, B- is main battery minus, main battery plus. This goes directly to the battery, and BM is battery middle point. P+ and P- are the outputs as well as inputs, so we are charging and discharging through the BMS through the same connections, and we have them also on the back side. So we have P+, P-, P+, P-, and battery middle point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the big battery, through these on the back side with 18 AWG to B- and B+, and 20 AWG to battery middle point to the big one, and on the top, the smaller pads, I will use 20 AWG to the additional two batteries for B-, B+, and battery middle point. I will use the lower two connections, using 20 AWG going to the USB board, the buck converter, and the upper two P+ and P- will go to the three DC jacks on the top using 18 AWG. And oh, I completely forgot, the lower two ones will also have 20 AWG going from the buck converter for charging purposes, so into the BMS. So this is all the cabling that I'll be doing, and now I'll film everything, speed up, may cut out a bit so that the video does not well, extend for too long, and make it a bit shorter. So most of the cabling is done. The only thing left to do is to install this 2-pin connector for the upper DC jacks that go to my camera. However, I think this I will do off camera. One thing, however, that I would like to note here is that this module here, as tested, it works, it delivers 5.2 volt. However, I thought this is the kind of module that only starts to power on when you plug something in. But as the LED shows, it's enabled all the time, so I might have to essentially think about a way to switch it off. I cannot have this run all the time because so essentially the converter itself might not use too much power, but the LED definitely does, so I might simply remove the LED. But I think I would be better off to have a switch to enable and disable this module, because I don't want to like run the battery low. Yes, the BMS has a cutout, but I don't want to rely on that, because this also, well, the battery will discharge significantly faster when this thing consumes power all the time. Now, I actually don't know how much current, I think I'll do this off camera. I'll measure the current and I'll install this and then come back to you guys. So be right back. Okay, as you can see, it consumes 0.1 milliamps, so 1/10 of 1 milliamp. That's not really much, so I'll use it as is for now, but I'm still thinking about installing a switch, or maybe just removing the LED, because I think the LED uses most of the power. So now let me finish this one up, and then we can do a slide test, and also, more importantly, I can finally show you why it's designed the way it is designed. So yeah, see you in a bit. Yay, cabling's done, and as you can see, I have the battery voltage at any of the DC connectors. So yeah, was pretty straightforward. Got cables in the connector, some heat shrink on both sides over here. Hold the cables in place with a piece of zip tie, going to all of these DC jacks, and a bit of Kapton tape to isolate and insulate and everything. And now I can close it up. So, oh yeah, and I used a piece of this foam tape to hold a few of the cables in place. Now, I definitely have to install a switch for the USB load, because I accidentally shorted while soldering the two battery outputs. It's not a problem because we have a BMS. The BMS immediately kicked in and disconnected everything, but this BMS has no self-recovery, which means it doesn't check if there's still a short, and if there's no short, it starts back up. It just disconnects, and you have to disconnect any load, wait a few seconds, and then you can start back on, which meant that I had to desolder one of the cables and wait a few seconds and then solder it back in place. Now it works. So in the future, I definitely have to install a switch for this thing, but for now, this is where I'll finish the video/project. Now I'm going to well, close everything up, and then we can test the few things like powering my camera from it, and I can show you the design, why I designed it the way it is designed, with these ports on the side. So give me a moment and we can wrap up this video. Woohoo! It fits together! Yay! Was a bit difficult to get everything inside because of the connectors and everything, but it fits inside and looks awesome. Everything works. We can see the state of charge. All of the DC jacks do work. And yeah, I'm not going to test the USB ports because, as you saw before, or if you didn't saw this, if I cut this part out, this is what I would have to use to test it, and that's really thin cable. It doesn't really, yeah, it breaks so many times, and it's not really reliable. Oh wait, I just remembered, I'm so dumb. I have some USB testers, so we can simply plug them in and see if they get powered. And yes, they do get powered. Yay! This one gets powered, and yeah, the upper port is a bit difficult, and this one gets powered as well. Nice. So we do have power to all of the USB ports and all of the DC ports, and now I can finally power my camera off of this battery pack. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and before I'm going to do that, I have to make the cable. Ugh. But I'm not going to show you this. This I have to do off camera, and then I come back. Okay, the cable is done. I made my special cable with a standard DC jack and this special DC jack for the dummy battery over here. This now can be plugged in over here, and this goes in like this. And yeah, the cable's a bit longer than I need, and by the way, this is CCA or copper clad aluminium, because this cable is a bit more flexible, but it's a rather thick one. I decided to go for 0.75 square millimeter. If this was like full copper, this size of cable would be able to handle 10 amp. And CCA, in the CCA variant, it can handle 5.4 amp. So that's plenty. I mean, the camera might use 2 amp, 2.5 amp maximum. So, and now we can take a look. The outer two connections should be delivering the voltage. The other ones should not be connected at all. As you can see, we have 8.2 volt. Here we have nothing, 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 and nothing. That's right. They only deliver voltage. And this one over here has... That's a bit more tricky. Come on. Yeah, stop, stop. Okay, so cable just got stuck on my tripod. Please give me some voltage. That's not easy to get to. I don't want to destroy the battery. Just believe me, it's also 8.4 volt maximum. And now I can swap out the battery in my camera. So let's do that. Then I show you my camera bag and why I have these ports on the side. And then we can finish the video. Okay, what was that? I think I lost connection on this DC jack, so I might have to rework this. Lost like power for a moment, but now everything is hooked up. I have it over here and I have more freedom. I can close up my camera bag and wander around. Yay, nice. So that I have enough power when I'm on the go and much more freedom. Yay. I'm really excited because not only do I have now power on the go, but also when making videos, this one lasts much longer. I have to test for how long, but I'll end the video right here because testing this would take hours. I'm actually expecting around 10, maybe 11 hours of power for my camera from fully charged to fully discharged. So purely powering my camera at 10 hours, and Yeah, so this is the one thing, the USB ports, well, USB plugged in, and I have my, where is it? The battery charger, this thing over here, is powered by micro USB, and it goes into the side bag. I could throw this in with the batteries installed, have a small USB cable running from here also out into here, this small pocket. These ports are not accessible when in this bag, so that is why I had to also get them on the side. And I'm really happy that I could also fit this thing over here, so when I press it, maybe not press the screw, press the button, I see how much power is left. I'm really exhausted, I have to say. This was a project that took a bit longer than I thought it would, but yeah, I'm really happy. Now I can film without having to swap out the batteries all the time, and I can film more on the go. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please do like, comment down below. And other than that, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!